Last time we learned how information becomes knowledge. Knowledge affects our emotions. Knowledge and emotions form the basis of our beliefs. Our beliefs become our core beliefs, and all this graduates to it becoming our personal truths and our personal facts about ourselves, about others, about God, and about the world. Then these personal truths and personal facts affect our relationships, the relationships we have with ourselves, with God, with others, and with the world. Then our relationships affect how we negotiate for our needs to be met in a timely, in a positive, and in a healthy manner. Now we can trace all this all the way back to the information that we received. So my question is today, why or what makes us accept certain information into our knowledge, which goes all the way to affecting our personal truths and our personal facts? Why do we accept information like you will never make it in this economy? Why do we accept information like those people, that person is bad and it's like this and it's like that? What makes us accept information about ourselves as knowledge, despite that information being so bad and being so negative? My name is Nelson Saito. I'm a psychological counselor, and I'd like to welcome you to Heads Brain Mode. Much appreciation to everyone who tuned in last time. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for sharing the video. And thank you to the new subscribers. If this is your first time here, I'd officially like to welcome you to the Brain Squad. This is where we turn our pain to power, we mind our brain, and we improve our relationship with ourselves, with others, with God, and with the world, so that we can stop these negative relationships that we have with ourselves, with others, with God, with the world, and we can put an end to tribalism, to racism, to sexism, and all these other negative isms that are causing us depression, that are causing us anxiety, that are causing us trauma, and so many other mental illness. So let's get to it. The first reason why we accept information, both negative and positive, into our knowledge has to do with the environment where we live, environment where we work, environment where we worship, environments where we meet, where we socialize. Those environments always have a theme message, always has a theme information. The environment that you live in right now, the environment that you work in, is always talking to you. It's sending you messages. It's giving you information non-verbally, actually. And that's the reason why you see there's an affluent area and there's a poor area. There's an area that is filled with peace and there's an area that is filled with war. Okay? And you can actually just make a trip on these environments. You can stay in a poor environment for 1 hour and you live there feeling so vulnerable and in survival mode. Then you go for another hour to an affluent environment and you're filled with so much hope and possibilities. You go to a peaceful environment and you're filled with so much love and kindness and mercy. You go to a violent environment and you're filled with rage. Environments are always talking to us. Sometimes our personal truths and our personal facts about ourselves, about others, about the world, and about God has a lot to do with the environment that we exist in and the environment that we live in right now. Your environment is telling you about yourself. It's telling you about others. It's telling you about the world. It's telling you about God. People from one environment discover things, produce things, sell things, grow their wealth. People in another environment see the world as a place that has limited resources and the world is a bad place and God is unfair and all that. Why? Just because of environments. So, what environment are you living in right now? What environment are you working in right now? What environment are you worshiping in right now? And what is that environment telling you? Because it's telling you something, and that goes all the way to fashion your personal truths and personal facts. And if you are able to change the environment that you're in right now to a better environment, please do. It will be good for you, it will be good for your children, it will be good for your personal truths, it will be good for your relationship, it will be good for your negotiation. The second reason why we accept some information, whether negative or positive, into our knowledge that ends up affecting our personal truths and facts has a lot to do with the person who is saying it, who is giving you this information. Now, we all have people of authority, or people who have authority over our lives. It can be your partner, it can be your spouse, it can be your parent, it can be your sibling, it can be an uncle, it can be a teacher or a professor or a mentor or a spiritual leader or a politician. We have so many people who have authority over our lives. And sometimes when they say something, it gains direct entry into our knowledge. I know so many people who are suffering the pain just by a statement that was said by a person who is an authority. An uncle said, "You're good for nothing." A parent sexually abused you. That is information. A mother said, you'll never amount to anything, or you will never get married. And for years, just that statement has shaped your life forever, just because an information was said by a person of authority. And there are people who are overachievers, and when you ask them, like what makes you succeed, I'm like, my mother believed in me. From a very young age, my mother said, I'm going to be a special person. Authority. The second bit of authority is someone who is an expert in a certain field. We are able to have legal knowledge when it's coming from a lawyer. We're able to have health knowledge when it's coming from a doctor. So this person of authority who is an expert in their field are able to make us know some things or admit some information into our knowledge just because they are experts. So, what experts are you listening to? Who is the authority in your life? And what are they saying? What are they telling you about yourself? What are they telling you about others? What are they telling you about the world? What are they telling you about God? Because of their place as an authority figure, the information they're giving you sometimes has a direct entry into your knowledge, and it's going to affect your personal truths and personal facts. The third reason why we accept information into our knowledge has to do with the popularity of that information. Now, we have a lot of popular information that are going around that are trendy, but they're very wrong and very negative, but they find their way into our knowledge just because they are popular. Okay, we always tend to take popular information or something that is trending either on social media or we hear people talking about it. It's an overriding theme in every group that you go to, and it becomes knowledge, and it affects our personal truths and our personal facts. So what makes an information popular is the attitude behind that information. And what affects attitude is when it evokes fear and when it evokes hope. So when you marry an information with an attitude of fear or an attitude of hope, then that information is most likely to become popular. And we've had so much popular information about marriage, about God, about relationships, about the world, and sometimes even about ourselves. Sometimes there's a trending information about ourselves in the society or the community we live in, or where we work, and it's totally false, but it's very trendy. Okay, so I remember there's a time women were told, for you to get a husband or for you to get a boyfriend, your skin has to be light. And so women started bleaching their skin. Not all women, some women started bleaching their skin. And then the trend changed. Then the trend was melanin. Okay, so there are songs about melanin and everything. And melanated women started feeling so good about themselves. Then men were told, when you meet a woman, the first thing they look at is your shoes. So men went and bought shoes. Then they were told, women love an educated man because an educated man is able to make sound decisions. So men went to school. Then women were told, for you to get a husband or a boyfriend, then you have to be skinny, and you get into the estates, the gyms were full, and people were exercising. Then one popular person came and he was being interviewed and was like, so what is your ideal woman? It's like, first of all, he has to be a big woman. And gyms started becoming empty. Then men were told, you have to have money. So men started looking for jobs, starting businesses. Then men were told, you have to have a car. Then men went to buy cars. Then it is just not a car, it has to be a particular car. So we have all these trendy informations that are going around, and we accept it as truth. Information about other people, information about God. And there's a lot of information we've been told about God. You plant a seed and you are going to get this and this and this and this, disregarding so many other things that determine you, or that determines your success or your failure. But people just, I give 1,000 and next week I'll get a job, I'll get a wife, or she'll get a husband, or stuff like that. So what trendy information is going on around your circle? What trendy information are you accepting as truth right now? And the only reason you're accepting it as truth, information about yourself, information about others, information about God, information about the world, what information are you accepting right now as truth, as knowledge? And the only basis of you accepting that truth is just because it's trendy. We live in a world of social media, and it's so easy nowadays to make an information trendy, information about someone else. We just make it trend on social media, and we take it as knowledge just because it's trending. So be very careful of trending information, because it has a way of gaining entry into your knowledge, and it ends up affecting your personal truths and your personal facts. The fourth reason why we accept some information to become our knowledge has to do with the focus of our attention. So what are you focusing on? What's your attention directed, or where is your attention directed towards, or to, or on? The more you focus on something, the more you start seeing of that thing. The more you focus on negativity or the negative, the more information and the more you'll see of that negative thing. And usually anything positive does not gain entry. The same with positivity. The more you focus on positivity, the more you start seeing the positive, and the more you start receiving information about the positivity. Okay? So, and anything negative is blocked. When someone focuses on your negative side, and we all have a negative side, when they come and judge you with that negative side, if you are also focusing on the negative, then it will really hurt you, it will make you angry, and you lose your peace. Okay? But if you're focusing on the positive and they come with the negative, then there's a likelihood that it won't really matter. Okay, I know I'm human, I have that weakness, that is my negative side, I'm dealing with it, I know it, so it's okay. Right? I'm not lose sleep because of it. Okay? But if you're focusing on it, then there's a likelihood that you are going to lose sleep. When you focus What is your focus when it comes to other people? You focusing on their negative? If you focus on their negative, trust me, you're going to get a lot of evidence about their negativity. If you focus on their positivity, then you're going to see a lot of things. You're going to receive a lot of information about their positive side, even about the world, even about God. Okay? So where is your attention? You'll start seeing more of what you're attending to. It's just like when you get interest. Of late, I have gotten interest with sports bikes. I love how they sound, I love how they look, and I'm hoping to own one. So I went on the net and checked out specs and looked at videos, guys who are commuting with sports bike, people who are traveling long journeys with sports bike, and I really enjoyed it. When I'm on the road now, I'm seeing so many sports bike on the streets like never before. It's not like they have not been there. They have always been there. But because my attention is now focused on them, I've started seeing more of them. The same to positivity and negativity. So whatever you focus on, the more you actually see information about it, and the more and you're likely to accept that information into your knowledge. So what are you focusing on? The fifth reason, the final reason why we accept some information to become our knowledge has to do with the data and testimonies backing that message. And testimonies and data can be faked. We have to accept that. But we have scientific data supporting information that we receive, and that's part of the reason why we've received the information that we've received. But there are other people who are crooked and they give you fake data about that information, then you accept that information with fake data, and that trickles down to negative personal truth and personal fact. Okay, there are testimonies. Some of us believe in God because of testimonies. Some of us not believe in God because of testimonies. Some of us have a bad relationship with other people because of testimonies we've had about them. Okay, so what information are you receiving? What information are you accepting into your knowledge? And what data or what testimonies is backing that information? And is that data and that testimony true? Is it correct? Is it right? So please consider that, because it affects your personal truth and your personal facts. So we've seen why we accept some information into our knowledge. Because of our environment, because of authority, because of popularity, okay? Because of where our attention is focused towards or at or on, and data and testimonies. I'd like to appreciate you guys for tuning in today. If you've liked this video, and I know you have liked this video, don't deny it. Don't deny it. I'm giving you that information. Accept it as your personal truth. I know you have. Please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate your support, and pass this information around so that we help everyone improve the relationship they have with themselves, with others, with the world, and with God. And until next time, see you around. Peace.